Welcome back to the Daily Crypto Market Update. The Fed did not change rates as most people were expecting, and because of that, the DXY saw a decent move of 1%. The thing to watch out for now is if this will have a negative impact on stocks, but honestly, so far so good. S&P futures, while they did have a little bit of a pullback on the news of FOMC meeting notes from Jerome Powell, it's actually up higher. It's back up to where it was on Monday of this week. Even though the VIX had a quick flash pump up here, it's actually closed down, telling us that yes, it was a volatile day, a volatile move, but not really that big a deal. Actually, this volatility was felt in crypto as well, as I was warning you guys about. Now, Bitcoin did put in a lower wick yesterday. Wick to wick, the move was a little nasty, just 2.5%. Of course, we know that it shook alts much more. Here's the thing you have to understand. When we get a pierce like this, just like support and resistance pierces, when we get a pierce of the TBO cloud right here, this lets us know that we should be expecting sideways price action, or bearish consolidation is what I like to call it. Basically, the price of the asset going inside of the cloud chopping lower and lower. That's what's supposed to happen when we get one of these pierces. And we got another one yesterday. Trust me, I don't want this any more than you guys want it. And one thing that's really interesting to note, there's actually two things to note that are really exciting to me. The first thing to notice right now in Bitcoin's price action is that you can obviously see that we are getting lower highs all over the place, right? It's actually going way lower right here, which is exciting to me. And the reason why this is exciting is because these are targets to the upside. And the other thing that's exciting about this, despite the lower wick that we have here that took out this low and this low, we have a higher low right here. So this is a very crude drawing of a pennant formation. We could actually use trend lines to make this a lot cleaner. But essentially what we have is a bullish pennant. This is actually a really good setup. Now it's super duper short term, which means it's very weak. We can't get too excited about this, but understand that the way that these pennants work is that if we were previously bearish and we do this, we have a low right here, and then we have a lower high, higher low, lower high, higher low. Basically a move that, let me just go ahead and move this down just so I can show you a little bit better. So like a bearish pennant would be something like this, where the price is getting really trapped like this, and we have some sort of pennant shape like this, and then it breaks to the downside. That's a bearish outcome. But right now what we're seeing is we saw Bitcoin come up, hit a high, and we have a low, lower high, higher low, lower high, higher low. So that gives us a bullish pennant formation because we are coming from a lower price to a higher price. So the expected move is up. I know it doesn't make sense. I'm pretty sure you guys think I'm crazy, or at least you think I'm a permabull. I am Moon and Papa after all, right? But the main thing I'm looking at is not just this. There's so many on-chain metrics that are still massively bullish, not to mention the TBO slow line continues to point up. Yes, we will continue to have these little hiccups and these little bumps in the road as Bitcoin goes higher. But the honest truth right now is that we have so many more targets, I guess you could say. Let me go ahead and get my horizontal ray. I just want to show you guys. This is basically what we're up against right now. And we saw this same exact thing happen, a month or two ago? If you guys remember back over here, we were in this zone, which is really, really frustrating. We saw the same thing happen. We had a high here, we had a lower high, another lower high, a lower high. All it took was one move right here to take out, let me go ahead and hide the TBO so we can see it a bit better. All we needed is one pump that happened right here on the 2nd of July, which really started the uptrend, to take out one of these previous highs, push up a little bit higher to test, and then boom, right here on the 9th, a week later, this move right here really started the uptrend. Look at what happened right after that. Oops, sorry. Look at what happened right after that. Just a huge one-day move of 4%, which is significant. We're going to see the same thing happen again, except we have it on a very tight and smaller scale. We still have a wall of shorts that starts from about $119,000 up to $121,000. It will create a short squeeze liquidation cascade to the upside. I'm still standing by my thesis that I think Bitcoin will be going up higher. I do believe Bitcoin will have a green month this month coming up in August, which is tomorrow, my time, which is crazy. Can you believe that it's almost August 1st? Okay. Other things to pay attention to, just a quick note on the 4-hour time frame, we had a little bit of a switch up with the TBO in that we have a previous open long way back over here on the 25th of June. And then it finally flipped pink here. This is an open short, open long, open short. We have these two TBO closed longs. This price action will generate lots of noise. Going up and down like this is going to give us a lot of extra signals, a lot of clutter. Now, the one thing to pay attention to that's not good is that the price wicked below the 4-hour cloud, but the 4 hour is a really fast time frame. I do have to admit that. So what I'm watching for next is that because we have an open short, we should be turning into an open long, which means we go green, which means we get another chance to first see a closed short on a pump and then new breakouts. That's basically what I'm looking at and what I'm waiting for, what I'm expecting to see happen next. Ethereum. This one had a better close than Bitcoin yesterday. It did have a small pullback as well, but actually this chart still looks really good. Now, I need to share something with you, and this is something I'll be sharing with the pro tier members of the Better Traders Club because they have access to TBT Divergence, which is a pro tier indicator. I have recently come up with some new settings for this. It's something that I've been wanting to do for the longest time, and I really wish I did it a lot sooner because it has done an incredible job of identifying pullbacks and weak spots on the hourly, 4-hour, daily and weekly charts. The one thing that I'm concerned about right now is the fact that we have a TBT bearish divergence cluster. It had a minor pullback. Yes, the slow line is still pulling higher. It's still strong bullish. On the daily, it's still very much strong bullish. But I'm looking at this chart going, okay, Ethereum's looking good still. It really needs to push higher. It really needs to break out higher in order to maintain bullish momentum. The fact is that even though it's strong bullish, even though the slow line's curling up, if price action doesn't explode, if we don't get a big push to the upside soon, and honestly soon as in within the next 5 days, this might be a temporary top and we might see a bigger pullback on Ethereum. Now, I'm going to be talking about bullish outcomes for the majority of this video. We just talked about Bitcoin looking good for a breakout. If Bitcoin does break out above all those resistance rays that are really short term, Ethereum will follow. It will benefit. That's the thing. We need to see explosive price action to the upside to liquidate short positions, which will cause explosive, successive short squeezes all the way to the top. It's a liquidation cascade to the upside. But there is that short-term warning that I'm worried about. Stablecoin dominance remains unchanged as far as the macro trend pointing down. Yes, we had a bit of a pump yesterday because of the heightened fear of the FOMC meetings, but of course, we did not close inside of the cloud. So piercing it is not good. The fact that it's moving up higher, again, not so great. If we look at RSI putting in a higher low back over here on Sunday, of course, we're going to see a little bit of a pullback, but we really don't want to see another higher low. We want to see a lower low. We want to see this formation that's starting to look like this. We want to see this interrupted or disrupted, not do this because that's bullish. We want to see it do something like this and it goes right back down. But that will require a lot of selling to happen, or rather a distribution or rotation away from stablecoins. Now, I'm not really excited to share this, to be honest, but I do want to show you over on this chart. TBT Divergence does a really good job of letting us know when we are more likely to see a reversal in either direction. It's typically going to be early. So back over here, December 2024, this is a great bullish reversal signal, which meant that we would see an increase in fear, which definitely happened all the way over here until April. But look what happened as soon as March 1st. So we saw lots of these bearish divergence signals, right? All this stuff right here. Eventually, we got our pullback. Again, 2 TBT bullish divergence signals. Yes, we had a little bit of a short-term pullback, but we did see a move up higher that peaked out here in June, and then it fell down. Why am I showing you this? Well, unfortunately, on the stable.c.d chart, which is really weird to me, we have one of these. And I don't like this because this is basically a bullish reversal signal. The reason why I still look at stable.c.d is because it is a crypto dominance chart. It is taking all of the stable coins into account. Yes, it's missing a whole lot of data. So is this really trustworthy? Well, it is printing, and I really don't like seeing this, to be honest. One thing to pay attention to here that could be happening as well is we could be making a a bear flag right here. So a bear flag would be higher lows, higher highs until we finally get a break to the downside, but it's too early to call that. This is not a good sign at all. We really want to see none of these. We want to see the price or the percentage fall for this metric. Now, Bitcoin dominance doesn't have this bullish reversal signal, although check it out over here. The red arrows telling us that there would be pullbacks right here. It's pretty good. Again, we don't have the bullish reversal signal here for the combined stablecoin dominance, USDT plus USDC. So we have to take that into account. Now, I have some picks for you, but before I get to those, I want to share one quick news update. Yeah, a lot of you guys just skip around on these videos and you're missing out on how or what I'm sharing with you as I progress through. I know you guys are expecting certain things to happen at certain times. Just stick with me. Watch all the way through to the end, okay? Now, the White House announced on their X page that they have this new crypto report. So it's basically strengthening American leadership in digital financial technology. Now, there's a lot of pages to this. I mean, it's a ton of work. I'm not going to read all of it. I'll have to use AI to actually summarize it. There's a lot of hopium around this report, which Sergey Nazarov talked about. I'm truly impressed by Donald Trump's administration's thoughtful approach to helping blockchain industry achieve its full blah, 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 blah. And he's really excited about this, the fact that it talks about oracles, which is something that Chainlink does. Unfortunately, someone already found him out. I love this comment right here. This data right here, it's interesting that they chopped it off because right below this, they chopped off the fact that it says graphic prepared by Chainlink. Okay. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of hopium around this. There's going to be a lot of excitement around this. Really, we need to see a Bitcoin strategic reserve. There's still no news on that. Senator Lummis, you know what to do. Now, there's also some cool stuff happening as well through the Better Traders Club. I want to share this with you. One of our coaches, this is Jason, he's actually made a springboard pumper bot, which is cool. So basically, he's using the idea of a springboard strategy, a pullback to the TBO Fast line and a bounce up, and using it with bots to basically buy the dip automatically and sell the bounce, which is pretty cool. So good on you, Jason. You're actually doing a really good job with that. I am still waiting on my positions that I opened up recently to bounce over here on All Trading. I have moved up my safety trade here for SPX because I believe that we will be seeing a bounce on this oversold chart. We'll be looking at this in a second. You guys remember the position, or rather the trade that I opened up over here for SHIB. I actually just bought the dip on SHIB, and I'll show you why in a second. Usually I don't buy a dip that's only like 7% down. And because I've doubled down, I've actually averaged down my position a lot more. I'm looking to take profit real fast. I just want to get out of this trade because I'm a little bit concerned about what could happen. And I'll still walk away with a good profit. But again, I want to protect my portfolio at all costs. And yes, we actually have automated positions that are still open, that have been open for 2 days, 3 days. Again, not really worried here for Solana, over here for SHIB, expecting this one, both of these actually be taken out. They've been open for almost 3 days now. And then another one here for a link that was open for 7 days that just recently closed, which is exciting. Now, there's tons more stuff just like this over here at thebettertraders.com. Go to the Better Traders. The link is pinned down below this video and also in the description. Go to our courses. Check out 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom. In that course, you're going to learn automated and active trading strategies using our free signals, the TBT signals on All Trading, plus getting access to the TBO and also AB trading strategies. And you get one-on-one coaching included with this course. This is a great course. Plus, you get a 1-month trial to the Better Traders Club. It's a fantastic community where there's tons of stuff being shared there. Now, I'm really excited to share today's picks with you because of new developments, because of how things are changing, and how I've found some interesting new settings for TBT Divergence. And we're going to see some of those in today's picks. But again, if you guys have picks, charts you want to check out, leave a comment down below. Let's get into it. So first off, Solana, this one had a pretty nasty pullback today. It's a little bit discouraging, I'm not going to lie, to see a pullback from wick to wick, about 7%. But at least Solana closed here at the cloud. Now, I'm not going to get excited about a 0.71% move. What I want to see happen next is the fact that we have our first TBO springboard bounce. Now we're waiting for a move back up here, 15, 16%. Again, it's crazy. But if Bitcoin is going to take out those successively higher highs, the local highs, creating that liquidation cascade, Bitcoin moving up 3% will make the entire crypto market pump 12%, 15%. I'm not kidding. Solana will follow that, okay? Now, on the 4-hour time frame, there's really nothing, but on the 1 hour, that's right. We have these TBT bullish divergence signals. Now, yes, sometimes they're not going to be spot on, but seeing a lot of these in a short amount of time, I am expecting at least a move up here to like 193, so like an 8% move. That would be really nice, an 8% move. Just for your reference, it'd be up here. So just up to that upper wick. I think that makes sense. Bitcoin Cash. This one actually had a really good close yesterday. The fact that it closed above this resistance level is a very, very positive sign. And it also had a really, really good move there. Note, what did we have just before this pump? And also letting us know, watch out, watch out, watch out. Even here, watch out. And this one right here letting us know before the move up higher. It's pretty crazy. Sui, this one had a pretty nasty pullback, but again, I am holding on for dear life. And I'm also in a position that's very much net positive that I entered back over here. So I'm not really worried about it. I think I entered like here at 287. So I've taken profits already at 385, to be honest. I didn't take profit up here. I really wish I did. But again, TBT bearish divergence right there on Monday of this week. Not a good sign, but a big retrace back to the fast line means that we have a short-term oversold chart. So I am expecting a nice move up higher. And yes, we do have TBT bullish divergence signals letting us know we should be seeing a pop up higher. That's what I'm expecting to have happen. AVAX, this one on the daily time frame had a pretty bearish signal right here. This is TBT bearish divergence. And again, here's the bullish one right here. Just before AVAX actually started to pump up 48%. This comes, 3 days before our close short, and it's yellow like this. I'm changed the color because I just want to see these pop out. It's yellow because this is highlighting this as a TBT divergence cluster. Now, why do I have this circled? Even though this is bearish, shouldn't this be pink to highlight a bearish move? Well, on the 1 hour time frame, I'm seeing those clusters, which means that I'm actually expecting AVAX, which sounds crazy, especially with how the daily looks, but to see it make a short-term move to the upside. At least that's what I'm expecting. It does have this. It's not a good look. The slow line is still flat, but I think it is short-term oversold. I think we're finally hitting that breaking point that the market will start bouncing that we've waited for a long time. Ton had another really good day yesterday. Even though it only closed up less than 1%, even now it's up 1.23%. It has resistance that keeps being pushed up higher. On the weekly time frame, yeah, I want you to see this. Not only is volume looking good last week, this is a very, very good sign right here. Volume increasing for Toncoin, which has been so bearish for such a long time. Not only is the on-balance volume moving average, the white line here, curling up higher. RSI is moving up, not yet overbought, which is good. But we have a TBT bullish divergence cluster back over here the week of the 7th, which was confirmed here on Monday the 14th. So since then, it's up 16% or so. This is a chart that's just been cursed for such a long time. And I'm also expecting it to move up higher. Again, I'm just seeing these signals popping up all over the place. I am optimistic that Toncoin will do well. It's crazy to say that. SHIB, this is one that I shared before. On the daily time frame, really nothing special happening at all. It's just really oversold, far more oversold than I was really expecting it to be. No RSI reset. It's starting to look bearish here on balance volume. Volume in general is bearish. How and why would I ever want to buy the dip on a chart like this? Because I saw this morning. I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to enter and add that DCA level because I just want to close out of that trade. I think it has enough energy, enough juice to pop to the pop to the top side real quick. And that's what I'm hoping for to get out of my position. Litecoin, also, again, we have a TBT bearish divergence signal, but we do have a touch. Yesterday, it actually dropped down to the TBO Fast line for a TBO springboard bounce. We have a short-term target here, TBO resistance at 116, a good 1.8% close, basically, and 1% right now on the day. These are both really good signs. And again, on the hourly, isn't this wild? So again, I'm playing with this a lot. This is stuff I'm really excited to share with people in the pro tier of the Better Traders Club. I'm actually expecting Litecoin to have a really nice recovery. Aptos. This is one that has been really, really suffering. You guys ask about this coin all the time. I get that Dan likes it. I really don't know why. But one thing that is promising about Aptos, and I will give this to him, is that on the weekly, it has a TBT bullish divergence cluster, which these are extremely rare on the weekly. What's bigger is that the last time we got our first one, or rather, let me say this way. The first time we got one on October 16th, Aptos moved up 200%. Then we have another one back over here. Even though it had a retrace of 27%, it still moved up 100%. Now we're looking at a cluster. Yes, we're having a retrace back down, but I still have a bullish target for Aptos. Even though short term it looks bad, I'm looking at the weekly going, I think it has some promise. Trump, as crazy as I sound right now, I am actually expecting Trump to have a bounce. Why? Because we have a TBT bullish divergence cluster letting us know. Things are just short-term oversold across the board. This is one that was really frustrating for me, especially because I thought I bought a great entry and it dipped lower. But again, looking here on the hourly, I'm seeing it bounce right now. This is good. Now, Pump, I'm really pleased about Pump, to be honest. On the close yesterday, even though it was down, the fact of the matter is that it actually made a higher low. It's staying above resistance. If anything, check this out right here. I want you to see this. Take off fibs. So the price moved above resistance and it retraced back down to it. This is a really good sign. This is actually a bump and run, even though it's not running right now. And it's a very weak level. It's basically because I'm the only one that's looking at this, I'm pretty sure. But it's a promising move. The thing that Pump has to do in order to push up higher, it needs to move above the 236 Fibonacci level. Once it does that, then it's off to the races. Then we see a short squeeze. And then we see the people come out of the woodwork saying, oh, I always like the Pump coin. I can't believe, why would anyone hate this once it starts pumping? GIGA, this one is also showing signs of a short-term reversal. Again, really short-term oversold from our top here to our drop 24%. So it's basically a matter of time until it reverses. Yes, on the hourly, I'm seeing TBT bullish divergence signals. No, these don't mean we're just going to be trading it up to resistance. It's just, this is a nice bottom entry. There's no way to figure out how high it could go. But even on the 4-hour, it's just massively oversold. Like, it's super duper clear. Okay, now we're into some bearish news. Fartcoin, while this one, it fell down to the 618. I know, big sigh. Fell down to the 618. So it respected as support, but this one dropped a lot farther than I was expecting it to. On the 4-hour, I really don't like the fact that it has a TBO breakdown cluster. But one thing I will say is that the last time this happened, it bottomed out and it reversed. If I go back further, the only thing is that we need to pay attention to the slow line. If the slow line is starting to angle down, these are pretty valid, which I hate because Fartcoin had such a good streak of momentum. And unfortunately, the slow line is starting to curl down. It is short-term oversold. On the hourly, yes, we have TBT bullish divergence, but we even had a cluster right here, and it was a failed cluster. Like, it was absolutely failed. So I'm looking at this cautiously and hesitantly. Yes, we should see a return back up to the fast line, but it's a very risky setup right now because I don't see any bullish signs of recovery. Zora, you guys were asking about this and people are tagging me on X about it as well. Any chart that just has a massive run up like this, 1,200% over 16 days? You guys are asking about it? You're too late. Now, it's good for trading. Unfortunately, on the 4-hour, it has TBT bearish divergence cluster. So be careful. It could still go higher. Volume has trickled off. RSI showing a lack of strength. It's really overbought, just so you know. So just be careful. XRP, this one as well. TBT bearish divergence back over here last week, Wednesday, even though we have a breakout, I know. Now, the one thing I'm waiting and watching for here for XRP, and yes, on the 4-hour, right there, right before the dump too. Isn't that insane? I want to see this move up higher, but I'm also looking at it even on the weekly. Here we go. Here we go. On the weekly, I'm also looking at this going, eek, because this is the first time we've ever had it telling us, careful, careful. And it was right here, first in December, January? End of January, then again here in March. Now, it doesn't mean that this is the top, it's done, but it starts to get increasingly risky as the price goes up higher. Again, it's leaning bullish. It can reverse, especially if Bitcoin does, it will follow, but just be careful. BNB, this one had a TBT bearish divergence signal yesterday. It did not close below the previous all-time high, which is a good sign. It's bouncing today. Hopefully we see a nice bounce, but this isn't a good sign. A bullish continuation. Just watch out. HBAR, this one too, TBT bearish divergence signal. And with the flat slow line, yes, it could still push up higher. Again, Bitcoin is going to lead the charge. If Bitcoin's bullish, everything else will follow, but we just have to pay attention to what's happening. Uniswap, same story, TBT bearish divergence signal. SPX, unfortunately, TBT bearish divergence signal. If we get two of these, yeah. But right now, again, I want to focus more on the trend, and the trend is still up for SPX. I am seeing one single solitary TBT bullish divergence signal that's printing right now. But look at how well this marked the top, guys. Like perfect at 225. Absolutely perfect. I wish I found these settings sooner. Good grief. But ultimately, I do think that SPX can go up higher. We just have to be aware that it needs to do a TBO springboard bounce here. It has to. Pengu, this one also TBT bearish divergence signal yesterday, but it did have its first touch of the TBO Fast line since when? Yeah, look at that, TBT bearish divergence cluster, and then it dropped 40%. This is the first touch of the Fast line since it lifted off basically back here late June. So something just to keep in mind, volume is okay. RSI is getting weaker. It's still bullish. It's just we really want to see a nice bounce here for Pengu. Moving on the list, Fetch AI does have 3 TBT bearish divergence signals. We are still waiting for the price to retrace back up to the fast line. That's expected behavior for one of those oversold moments. Same thing here for WIF, waiting on a move back up to the fast line, which would only be like 5%. FTT. Why is this blue? This is the wrong color for this one. This one actually should be red, which is fine. Why the FTX token? I'm playing around with the TradingView screener. I have some new settings that I'm really excited to share with you guys, but I can't share it yet. I need to test it more. But there are some bullish signals flashing for FTX. Honestly, I don't see it, but we'll see what happens. But I just want to put this on your radar. Now, other ones to watch. Crow. This one is looking good, but it is slowing down very much right below the 382. If it can break above the 382, it will regain momentum. It'll push up higher. It looks good. Yes, we have breakouts. Yes, it should go higher. Yes, volume looks good. On balance volume looks good. RSI is looking okay. It's just approaching a level of resistance. So I'm curious to see how it's going to react to the 382. Bonk. This one had a pretty nasty pullback. 2 days ago? And the main thing to watch here for Bonk is if it will actually push and close above the 618, which is now probably going to intersect here with the fast line. It's not a good looking move, but again, short-term oversold. If we go to the 4-hour, this thing is massively oversold, especially with RSI. So I'm looking at this going, well, yeah, it's short-term oversold. It had a really big rally. I think it could push up higher. But once we have a big pullback like this, understand it's not going to bounce right back up to where it was immediately. It's going to take a lot of time. It can move up that high, but it's better to look for like half that move. So like here to like 33.27. Helium, HNT, again, short-term oversold. If we put this trend line back on, this OG one that we've been watching for a long time, see this? So we have a huge pump and then we have a retrace back. This is actually a really positive sign that it just went right to it and it's bouncing. We want to see HNT to pump big time. And yes, did you notice that TBT divergence right before the pump? That's awesome. The slow line is not moving up. It's inside the cloud. It's bearish technically. So hopefully we can see a nice push up here, at least to 3.85 TBO resistance. That'd be really, really good for HNT. Loca, this one had a huge pump yesterday, as well as God's. 1,368%. You guys think that we're in a bear market? I have this here to show you guys that there are still crazy things happening. This is on Coinbase. This is actually a really good A/B trading chart, to be honest. And that was just one ridiculous candle. Understand that as crazy as this is, you could still get inside of this volatility and trade it on faster timeframes. It's extremely risky, especially looking at a 1 hour candle of actually wick to wick in 1 hour, 367%. It's extremely risky. But don't discount moves like this like a one and done, even though it was crazy. Wink also had a really big pump yesterday. I'm so glad I shared this with you guys on Tuesday, because look at that. The next day actually pumped up 21%. Really interesting price action. And then Quark Chain, this is another one that's on my radar for bullish continuation, which is crazy. This one actually is much more believable. Wick to wick, it's only 70%, only 70%. But I think it could continue to move up higher. It's just a really big pump and dump. But the fact that it has a higher close on the day is a good sign. Watch it on faster timeframes again. This is all really good trading activity right here. It's just risky. So you need to know what you're doing. And again, that's exactly what we teach you over here at thebettertraders.com, especially in our course, 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom. I want you guys to check this out. Again, it comes with a trial to the Better Traders Club, to the trader tier. There are still so many charts that are going crazy right now, and I expect charts to continue to explode. I expect August to still be bullish. Bitcoin is leading the charge. Watch it to see if it will take out these short-term resistance levels. And I want you to watch this video next. It's going to help you understand how to conquer this bull market. And until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.